So today we will need a block, anything like a cork block, a foam block, or again a textbook, or anything that you can use to elevate your hips. But I will have you starting on your back, soles of the feet to the floor so that the knees are bent, and then just take the feet out a little bit wider than the hips and let the knees come together to touch. I'm just taking a moment here to feel how you're feeling in the body. Maybe just taking a few mindful breaths to let the thoughts drift a little bit deeper inward. Ensure that your inhales and exhales are of equal length. And then start to bring the right knee up towards your chest, lengthen the left leg out in front of you, and then guide your right knee towards your right shoulder. Release the right arm out beside you, left hand to the outside of the knee, and draw the knee across the body towards your left side. Turn your head towards your right. And bring it back to center. Hug your knee up towards your chest. And the left knee up towards your chest, please. Lengthen the right leg out in front of you. And then just guide the left knee over towards the left shoulder. Hold it here. Left arm out beside you, right hand to the outside of the knee. Draw the knee across towards your right side. Turn your head towards your left. And then bring it back to center. Hug both of your knees up towards your chest. Make your way up to a seat, just safely as you can. And then sweep your legs behind you, come onto your hands and knees. As you breathe in, lower the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the chest, look forward or up. And as you exhale, round your spine. Good. One more time. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. And exhale as you round your spine. And now make your way back to neutral spine and step your right foot out in front of you. Make sure that the knee is over top of the ankle in the front, and there's roughly 45 degrees from your left hip down to your left knee. Both of the hands on top of the right knee, please. Lift up your chest and reach the left hand up towards the sky. Breathe in. As you breathe out, gently tip towards your right side. Breathe in here. And then as you breathe out, if you like, you can twist towards your right a little bit more. So from that right shoulder, turning the torso to your right side. And then bring it back to center, hands down to the floor. Shift your weight back to straighten out your right leg. Hook the heel, lift up the toes. Breathe in to lengthen the spine, and as you breathe out, send your chest down towards the floor. It might be useful to have your block here if the floor feels really far away. But then you can walk your hands forward, bend back into your knee, left hand to the floor, right hand on top of the right knee, and turn your torso to the right side. Unwind to frame the right foot with your hands, and slide your right foot back and step your left foot forward. Hands underneath the shoulders to start, and then bring both of the hands on top of the knee, lift up your chest. And then reach the right hand up towards the sky, breathe in. As you breathe out, tip towards your left. If this causes any pinching sensation, just stay as you were. And then from the left shoulder, twist towards your left side, creating some length and space through the side body and the right hip flexor. Good. Unwind, hands down to the floor. Shift your weight back to straighten out the left leg, and then hook the heel, lift up the toes. Good. Walk the hands forward, bend back into your knee, right hand to the floor, left hand on top of the left knee, turn your torso to the left side. Unwind, lift the back knee off the ground, this time step back to downward facing dog. And then shift forward to high plank just to get your alignment here. Hands underneath the shoulders, heels over top of the toes, and then lift up your hips and press back downward dog. Come up onto your tiptoes, bend your knees, and send the hips really high towards the sky. Press the chest back towards the thighs. Really feel that length in your spine, and then maintain the length as you lower the heels down towards the floor. Feeling a nice wide back when you inhale. Maintain a long spine as you exhale. Full deep breath in. And then as you exhale, lower the knees to the ground, toes together, knees wide. Make your way to your child's pose, please. And then make your way to your hands and knees. Once again, step that right foot forward between your hands. Place both of the hands on top of the knee, lift up your chest, and then sweep the hands up towards the sky. This is Anjani Asana. Soften the shoulders down and away from the ears. Breathe in nice and big. As you breathe out, hands come together at heart center. Interlace the fingers together, lengthen out the right leg, hook the heel, lift the toes, and press the palms away from you as you lean forward. Hands come back together, heel of the hand draws back towards you, bend into your knee. Reach the hands up towards the sky, breathe in. And as you breathe out, hands come down to the floor. Now swing your back leg so that the heel is hidden behind the knee. Okay, and then bring the right arm to the inside of the right knee, reach the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. So the elbow presses into the knee presses into the elbow. And then hands come down to the floor out in front of you on the long side of your mat, and then lengthen out your right leg. As you do, parallel your right foot to the top of your mat, and then walk your hands forward. Send your chest back towards your left thigh. Walk your hands back towards you, and then bend back into your right knee, spin so you're facing the front of your mat. Good, and then lift the back knee off the ground, step back, downward facing dog. And then lower the knees to the ground to step the left foot forward between your hands. Sweep your hands up towards the sky, breathe in. Stay here, breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, hands come together at heart center. Interlace the fingers together, lengthen out the left leg, hook the heel, lift the toes, press the palms away. Then hands come back together. Bend back into your knee, reach the hands up towards the sky, breathe in. And then breathe out, bring the hands down to the floor. And then swing your right heel back behind the knee and bring the left arm to the inside of your left ankle and reach the right hand up towards the sky, just spinning around so you can see me here. Good, and then hands come down in front of you on the long side of your mat. Straighten out your left leg and parallel the outer edge of your left foot so it's in line with the top of your mat. As you reach hands forward, send your chest back towards your thigh. And then walk your hands back towards you. Good. Bring your feet in a little bit here and then turn your toes out slightly. So bend your knees. So this is a bit of a sumo squat. Breathe in here. And as you breathe out, drop your right shoulder, twist towards your left side. Back to center, inhale. And as you exhale, a nice twist towards your right. Back to center, breathe in. Breathe out over to the left. And back to center, inhale. And exhale to your right. Back to center, lower the hands down to the ground and straighten out your legs. Take your feet a little bit wider if you like, and then outer edges of the feet are both parallel to the short edges of your mat. And then place your hands underneath the shoulders, walk your feet in a little bit, and then hands over towards your left foot. Spin your toes so that they're facing the front of your mat and step back to find downward facing dog. Lift up your right leg here and bring your right knee to the outside of the right wrist with the right heel underneath the left hip, or you can square your shin off to the top of the mat. Have a look back behind you. See that the heel, knee, and hip are all in one line. And then you can lower your elbows down to the ground, maybe stack your forearms and just let your head rest, coming into pigeon pose. Again, if this doesn't feel good, just readjust how you need. Try to square the hips off. Placing something underneath your glutes or underneath the hip flexor might feel nice. And then walk the hands back towards you, lengthen out your spine, tuck your back toes under, lift the back knee off the ground, step back, downward facing dog. And then lift up your left leg. We'll take pigeon on the left side. So before you settle in, have a look back behind you, see that the heel, knee, and hip are all in one line, and then you can lower down onto your elbows, perhaps stack your forearms and let your head become heavy. Place your hands underneath the shoulders, lift up the chest, tuck your back toes under, lift the back knee off the ground, and step back, downward facing dog. Lower the knees to the ground, toes together, knees wide, child's pose for just a moment. And then come up onto your hands and knees, move the knees over to one side, hips to the other, and sweep your legs out in front of you. And then lengthen your right leg out in front of you, place your left foot to your upper inner right thigh. Hands behind you and dorsiflex that right foot. Lengthen the spine, breathe in, and as you breathe out, hinge forward. This is where your block might come in handy. So you can place the elbows on top of the block. You can have your hands out in front of you. You can even lower your elbows down to the floor, whatever feels good. Just be mindful as you walk your hands back towards you, lengthen your spine. So just turn your torso out here. Place the right elbow on top of the knee with the palm face up on the ankle, or you can place the elbow to the inside of the knee with a thumb and forefinger tucked underneath the ankle. Place your left hand to your left hip and stack your shoulders. If this is enough, stay here. You can also bring your left hand up towards the ceiling, or if you like, you can reach your left hand over towards your right foot. If that's not a positive experience for your back, please come up and readjust how you need. Be mindful as you slowly make your way back to center and bring your left hand behind you, 45 degrees from your left shoulder to the wrist, and then pop up onto that knee, lift up through the hips, lift the heart. And then slowly make your way back down. Lengthen the left leg out, right foot to the upper inner left thigh. Again, flex that foot with the hands behind you, lengthen the spine, breathe in. And as you breathe out, hinge forward. Hands come out in front of you, elbows on the block or elbows all the way to the floor. And then start to walk the hands back towards you, lengthen the spine. Left elbow on top of the knee with the palm face up on the ankle. Right hand to the hip, and then you can open up. So you can always place the elbow to the inside of the knee too, whatever feels nice. I have a harder time on this side, but you can reach the right arm up or overhead. But for me, I'm just going to keep my hand on the hip to just maintain that lengthened space through the right side body. Slowly start to make your way back up to neutral spine. Reach your right hand behind you so that there's 45 degrees from shoulder to wrist. Lift up onto the knee and reach the left hand back behind you. So this is a bit of a back bend, but you're just pressing your hips forward. And then slowly make your way back down. Lengthen both of the legs out nice and wide. Okay, again, flex your feet, hands behind you, lengthen the spine, breathe in. And as you breathe out, hinge forward. Maybe call your hands forward. Onto the block, onto your elbows. And then slowly make your way back up to neutral spine. Take your hands underneath the knees and guide your feet back onto the mat. Hands come behind you, and we'll just windshield wiper the knees. So 2 times each way. Just make sure that your feet are wider than your hips here. And then reaching for your block, go ahead and lie all the way down on your back. So just something to elevate the hips, doesn't have to be a block, but you'll notice that with a block, there's 3 heights: flat, horizontal, vertical, whatever height is appropriate for your body. So here is flat, the next one is horizontal, the next one after that is vertical. So just whatever feels nice. I'm going to place it at the horizontal level, the mid-level, and just make sure that your sacrum is resting right on top of your prop. So that's the triangular bone at the base of the spine. If it's too high up your spine on the lumbar spine, your butt will be hanging off. If it's too low, it'll just be uncomfortable. So just letting the hips become heavy, starting once again to connect to that long, deep, mindful breath. And then when you're ready, you're going to start to draw that right knee up toward your chest and lengthen the left leg long in front of you. And then lower the sole of the right foot down first as you bring the left knee up towards your chest, and then lengthen the right leg out in front of you. And then lower the sole of the left foot down. Lower the sole of the right foot down, lift up your hips and remove the block from underneath you. We'll just slowly make your way back onto your back. And then take your feet out wider than your hips. Let the knees fall to the right hand side. And if you like, you can take the right ankle to the outside of the left knee. Your foot if you have it, but bring the knees back to center. Readjust your feet so the feet are wider than the hips, and let the knees fall to the left hand side, maybe taking that left ankle to the outside of the right knee. Gently release, uncross the legs, soles of the feet to the floor. Hug your knees in toward your chest, maybe rock a little here from side to side. And then a 2-knee twist, just a quick one, might feel really nice. Knees over to one side, back to center, and over to the other. And then back to center. Lower the soles of the feet down to the floor, and then lengthen the legs out in front of you, taking up as much space as you need from wherever you are. Deepening the breath. And this is where I leave you here. Take up as much space as you need, as much time as you need in this moment.